when you're trying to get out the door and a firmware update just... Good morning.
Good morning! Bloody hell, they're so loud, aren't they? Good morning, slightly later start today, guys. Slightly later start, just because we're only doing oh my God. Wow. I don't know if I can... Okay, can we do this by charades? 2 hours, 4 efforts, four efforts, 8 minutes over on Guatemala. You're gonna come with me. I'm choosing the road bike today, mostly because I just didn't feel like I quite got the position right on the gravel bike yesterday. Woke up, was a little bit sore, like my lower back. And I was playing around with it yesterday afternoon. And I kind of felt like I was low, but anytime I moved the saddle up, I immediately felt too high. So I'm not too sure where I'm at, just dialing the position. I can hear myself think. Alrighty, let's get over there. So yeah, just a couple of hours, and yeah, I'll maybe talk to you a little about the training stuff we're up to at the moment. Sadly, that's not the first effort. Sadly, that is the effort to get to the efforts. So where I'm going to do these today, guys, is over in Guatemala, 2.5k section of road, pretty steep with a flat section in the middle, and I'm going to use those as my repeats. Turning into Kangaroo Valley. Will it be foggy? Will it be sunny? It's such a microclimate. The answer is sunny. It's actually pretty much 8 minutes. It's like 8 minutes, 20 seconds, so I keep going up. I'm just procrastinating between going through them. It's probably the steepest section of road I think I've ever done repeats on, so it's a different challenge, that's for sure. It's frozen. I don't know what's going on. It just froze on that screen. I don't even know if it's still working. One vlog after I say that it's been absolutely flawless, it just totally freezes halfway through. It goes on some bizarre GPS diagnostics thing. I think I've got it back running, but I'm scared to touch it, so I don't know if it's actually corrupted the files or what's going on.
You happy, Jesse? Last effort.
My trick to do the last effort today was I put the GoPro at the bottom to film myself coming up. Got to go back down to get it now. Gonna be on the vlog? about you guys? Can't breathe. The mount for the GoPro has come off because it's so wet. 3.8. It's that last one. I came around the last corner and it's so thick, the air. It feels like you're just like sucking in water when you're breathing. And I started getting a bit like lightheaded coming around. And because that last section is really steep, obviously you go slowly. So it's like it just all builds up on you and you feel like really like hot in the head. So yeah, long story short, I softed it out in the last one. Yeah, I might give Dan or Jesse a shout and see if they've got any tips for kind of training in this sort of humidity. Because I couldn't ride to power there because like power was terrible, but I knew that when it was going to be this hot. So I mean, I'm sure there's gains to be had when it's like this, but man, it's a hard one, isn't it? Like to know when did I soft out? Like was that just Chris being soft, or was that actually a smart call? You know? Yeah. Anyway, last little thought. I'm on the GoPro, obviously. So yesterday I was on the iPhone. Which vlogging do you prefer? I know which one I prefer. I often see in the comments something like, you know, how can I be more time efficient, you know, get more training in, I've got limited time, blah, blah, blah. Just move down here, seemingly. That was 2 hours. I've done all the efforts I needed to do. You're not going to be happy, Brian Collegia. In 2 hours, I've only done 41 kilometres. So it's not good for the old average speed, that's for sure. Oh, could you get some Promite?
Promite?
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
I'll get it.
Thanks, Liz.
Is it for the B12?
Yeah.
Okay. If I don't...
So it's interesting doing like that sort of effort, which I'd normally do at Bob and Head, okay? That would normally happen at Bobbin. But being in basically the 28 for long portions of that, it's very different. Really different. Like you feel like you're almost like using different muscles on it. So because you're not going as fast. Lads, these are Miller cows. Fun fact, Miller cows. Daisy, Charlotte, Smithsonian. Oh, and this is full of water, which you probably saw last year, wasn't. It's just totally different down here, guys. Totally different. I mean, you can obviously see from the colour, but the soil, it's all different. And Mum and Dad have got some pretty incredible vegetable patches going. Cucumbers will be available down below. I promise. We need to get rid of them. They're bloody huge. When I get home, guys, I want to quickly talk to you about kit. I want to talk to you about some of the Rapha kit. And not necessarily always the Rapha kit, but just some learnings I think the team have had this year in that space. So stay tuned.
I just wanted to give you a little feedback on sort of what we've experienced so far. So the jersey that I'm wearing at the moment is the Pro Team training jersey, and it's my favourite of their jerseys if you talk value for money and all that kind of stuff. 3 reasons. I love the fabric, it's got the pocket, I like the sleeve length, and it's got this little sort of thing here that I've spoken to you about before. That was 4 reasons, wasn't it? Yeah, I know a lot of the guys like the Pro Team training jersey. For me, this is just that little bit nicer up the line. In terms of shorts, In terms of shorts, yeah, so the custom ones that we were running are the Pro Team Race Jersey Mark IIs. Nice, but through custom they're sublimated. So you know my sort of thoughts on sublimated jerseys. They've held up really well, but there is something about sublimating Lycra that is just, it's not as nice as pre-dyed stuff, okay? Pre-dyed, I'm not going to go back into this, but it's basically when it's inside outside is the same colour, okay? For me, these are my favourite shorts. Now, these are the Pro Team training shorts. I really like the panelling, okay? I really like the panelling. The other thing is the leg band. Now, it doesn't have that big fat leg band that you often see on a more premium style short. See, it's just like the basic old ribbon. But I really rate that. I really rate it for training, really, and it stays in place. And the other cool thing about it is if you're running leg warmers, it really, like, the leg warmer stays at that line. Do you know what I mean? So for me, it's those. Now, what didn't I like? Not much. I mean, I really like the Power Weave shorts. They're clearly the best shorts, but they're $400, so I don't like $400 for shorts. Oh yeah, actually the one thing I will say that I didn't like is, so Rapha do a range of merino arm warmers and leg warmers. I wouldn't recommend them, and I wouldn't recommend them because if they get wet, it's wool getting wet. It gets heavy and it gets sloppy. Now, if you're just going to ride in the perfect conditions all the time with your leg warmers, definitely. I'd 100% say they are the most comfortable things you can wear. But the problem is when shit hits the fan, okay? Now, they do a range of core ones. They don't do the shadow stuff anymore. That was legit. Like, that was, yeah, you could ride through anything in those. Something old Swomies. Some of these ones. Season 2. And there's a theme, guys, just across what I've sort of seen in kit and Lycra this year. I mentioned at the beginning of the year that I was really impressed with, there seems to be a move towards like wearability over just pure outright performance. Like, I definitely felt a few years ago it was like this major push that everyone just had to go aero, that it was now being made more accessible to people. And I think the great example of that was on that Rapha ride that we did towards the end of the Festive 500, that you had guys running essentially like Pro Team gear, but they weren't in Pro Team shape. And a few years ago, they would not have been able to wear that kit. So I kind of do feel like, and you've seen that across a lot of the manufacturers, is they're starting to make that top-end gear far more accessible in its cut and its materials. Because what you did find a few years ago, those materials were pretty off-putting to people to run them. So I suppose my takeaway here is don't be scared at them nowadays to go towards that top-end stuff, even if you think you may not have the top-end physique. Is that a polite way to put it? Design-wise, guys, if it's not the 90s, don't bother talking to me. All right? Yeah. That's enough. That's enough for today. God, I could talk to you all day. I will do a vlog about the 2021 World Tour Suns. I just want one to come up that I can rant about. There's nothing to rant about yet, except poor old Cav and his bib shorts that kind of showed half his leg. It's like, it's weird. Why would you crop it there? Oh. This was okay. I don't exactly know what happened. In fact, I have absolutely no idea what happened. It just literally froze on that screen, and I couldn't move it, I couldn't change it. It just froze on this GPS navigation screen, so I didn't know whether I was doing laps or whether it was starting or stopping. But it seems as though all the data came across, which was a relief, but I don't know what set it off in the first place. So it could have just been sweat. Yeah, I don't know. Do you guys collect any cicadas today?
Not yet.
Not yet? Got that planned for later on?
Yeah.
Well, if we're going to go for a walk, I need to end the vlog.
Okay.
Any ideas?
Yeah. Keep the camera pointing in that direction and say goodbye.
Kiri will help me. Kiri's very good at helping me. Kiri, can you help me end
Not
to
right
the...
now.
Are you an emergency?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right, doctor. To the next patient.
No, I'm waiting for Catherine.
Oh, yeah, that's fair.
Where's your...
Oh, Catherine, can you help me then? Can you help me to just end today's vlog? Yep.
Keep it subscribe to the channel.
Very good. That's really good.
Now what?
Now what? Well, you can just tell everyone about your day if you want. 6,137.
No. Is this good content? This is Chris killing the battery. It's good content though. Good content. That's where we're going. Yep.